Are we representing ourselves in a good and truthful manner? Or are we turning a blind eye to these things that can be disruptive to the flow, to the way that we live our lives? Are we disrupting the evolution of time? And are we going backwards? Are we repeating? Or are we just doing a rerun, just in a new decade and timeline? What are we doing when we're not showing our actions, but just speaking words? If we are talking about living like Christ, are we? Or are they just merely words? Are we quoting Old Testament? Are we looking for those specific scriptures, quotes, almost like little sound bites that meet our agenda? Are we going back to a time whenever the history of man was being recorded and people had to figure out a lot of it on their own? Are we going back to a way of life when the lifespan was very little? Or are we going back to a time whenever some people, as so it has been written, have lived hundreds or upon thousands of years? You know, there was a time during what is told as the flood of earth when it was decided by the divine creator that humans in the future, would only live for a certain amount of years, and we would not make this hundreds and hundreds of years or thousands, like up to around 100 years. Okay, so, all right, keeping in mind, people who were living past that point, who recorded history, in the chronological view of the Bible, uh, the story might sound a little bit more fluid. It might feel like there's actually some more order, but to those who have not done so, who have read cover to cover or read sections here and there, it does feel like the timelines don't always seamlessly fold together. That's kind of like life and people throughout generations. We can speak for ourselves. We can be the voice of the people. And we can be a person of hope and thoughtfulness and resistance. We can be someone who puts fear into the lives and to the eyes of others. We can be a person who connects and does not separate. We can be people who see each other through the eyes of divine love. And we can be people who want to pull each other apart. I guess my whole question is this: who do you choose to be?